Alright, how's it going? Welcome to the Collector's YouTube. I'm not going to talk very loud because, yeah, just not going to. So I did another video, didn't talk a lot because I wanted to get it released real fast. But I got this guy. It's a 1/18 scale Subaru limited edition based on decals. You got Dirtfish up here. This was purchased directly from a Subaru dealership, actually, here in Washington State. So it's pretty cool. It's definitely drift style type car, very low to the ground. Does not actually have drift tires. They stuck with the Subaru tire. Sorry, the video is a little hard to probably see. Let's see if we can fix that. But yeah. And I'm using the blue lights because, yeah, well, we're probably gonna do it. Because we're Washington. Let's go green. So, I already took some screws out. You can see right here. One of the issues I'm having with this after kind of test running it, it got T-boned by another one. It started having a clicking noise, and so I was like, oh, okay, something's broken. You do get some parts that come with it. Nothing that's going to end up fixing what I'm doing with now. But so what I'm noticing here, body's a little flimsy. If you're playing with it on concrete, like say, you know, when you're on a street or whatever, it's a little bit of a what do you call it? It's a little more aggressive terrain because of how smooth and low these are. So you can see here. Let's see, actually, take this body off, which I'll show you what's in there. But you can see, took a little bit of damage there. It's all right. If it ain't broken, you're not playing with it. So anyway, so what I did, you can see here, we've got the motor. It's 390. There you see down here is switch on and off. Your servo sideways mount, don't like it. Seems to be, I mean, obviously, most of you RC enthusiasts know that the servo is always the first thing that needs to be replaced. They never really put good servos in. They're always plastic innards, and so I am going to end up switching that to a Pro 90 servo, which is the same one I put in one of my favorites. Yes. I'm not going to talk about that right now, though. Yeah. So what it is, I unscrewed, taking this little piece out of here. I got to cut the zip tie there so I can get it to it, and then detach this wire here. Sorry if the video's a little fuzzy on the top. I'm using a cell phone because I am not a big time YouTuber yet. Working on it. But yeah. So what's going on is that I can't really move it off. You have, you know, your motor, and then you have your pinion in there, and then you have what basically controls your RC. And I'm going to speak this in layman's terms. I'm not going to use any technical stuff yet. But you can see in here, sort of, I'll get more light on that in a minute here. There's this plastic housing that sits here that protects all that. Well, it's too conforming. And so what it does is that if you put these screws back in and you put them in too tight, these little guys here, they restrict it from turning. So it does not allow basically will prevent, it just makes it so you'll lose power, you're gonna burn up your motor. So, and didn't have the problem originally running it out of the box. Got T-boned, immediately had the problem. Immediately pulled off this, and it immediately gave way, and now free again. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna end up having to cut and work this out. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to, we'll skip to certain parts, but we got to do something about this whole plastic stuff in here. So we'll get right on to that. All right. So let's get working on this thing. I changed the angle, or I changed the angle on you guys a little bit there, but so I put the screws, I'll end up just pulling them out. They're not screwed down. These are the screws that you end up pulling out. This one I'm going to end up working on. Now you can see the tread better now too with better lighting. So this, these aren't, if I can switch these out, they are plastic. In the unboxing video, you see they gave thumbs down. it's just plastic. They're kind of cheap, but that's pretty cool though. But anyway, so I'm gonna end up switching those out. I'm gonna put some drifting tires on there. And these are cool, but I'll save these for when I end up putting this thing on the shelf. But anyway, so we'll go ahead and let's take these screws out here. Get them out of the way. Like I said, I already unscrewed these. Just put them back so I can show you where they go. Alright, you're gonna have to clip that out, which I already did. So I'm just gonna pull that sucker out of there. Don't need it. Let's see, these they don't move around very much. There's not a lot of slack in them, so it's not really necessary to have that there. So then we're going to go ahead and move that out of there. That's the servo wire. You'll see here, you can actually, I can actually do this. So you'll see there's a little nut on both of these. You got one right here and right here, and on the other side. So I'm gonna have to hold those. Yeah. That's why I have the tools I have. And you'll notice in all the videos I'll end up ever doing, anytime I'm working, upgrading, or doing anything with robotics, electronics, RC, doesn't matter, I do it all by hand. I have a background in robotics and electronics, and it's just something you're kind of taught something about robotics. Problem is that a lot of these things can be over tightened, and using machines and tools, power tools. So that's what I do by hand. But to each their own. Okay. I was going to fast forward through this, but I've gotten a couple of people wanted me to start talking my video, so I'm going to talk. That's what you get. You got what you asked for. So really, I wanted to start these videos too, because there's not a lot of, there's good YouTubers out there for RC stuff, obviously. Great entertainers. I watch all of them. I love them. And I hope that one day I can plug them and maybe even get to meet them, and but I just think there needs to be more, because there are certain things where, I think a lot of my videos are going to aim more at the low scale, cheaper end. I mean, I have Target cars that I've converted and upgraded and made them just as capable as these expensive cars. So, I mean, a little bit of background obviously helped, but this is for like the everyday person that you're bored and you've got some broken stuff and you want to put something together. Obviously this is out of the box kind of a deal. I have a Granite and I have my SEX24, excuse me. And there's going to be more. So, and I have a few more, I'm not going to mention because they're, there's not really a name for them anymore. I converted them to my own Frankenstein inventions. But all right, so you see this here comes off. I don't think I'm going to need to detach the motor yet, but your antenna is hooked up to this as well, so beware. I think right now we're just going to kind of just get it out of the way. Minimize having to remove as much as possible. That's the best. So I don't want to lose these, so I'm going to put this in a special spot. So with these screws. So with me, I use I have magnet stones, and that's kind of how I keep track of a lot of my stuff. You'll see it a lot. I kind of keep a stack of them, so that's how I keep track of things. Magnets. All right, So this is the part that's you can see turns pretty good now. When this is put on too tight, which is a housing that goes over it, as you can see, it will constrict on that, or will put pressure on that and not allow it to spin freely like it should. The same thing goes on with this case. You'll see when I take it off. It's wraps very detailed, or very yeah, detailed. Sure, we'll go with that. Let's see here. My overhead light burnt out, so I'm having to use a side light, which kind of sucks. Alright. So, you can see how I pull it off. Come straight up. This is the housing plastic. It's super flimsy. This is all it's too much on there. So I gotta come up with something different. There is a piece here this can come up too, so I'm almost thinking maybe if I get rid of this, just this whole piece here, leave this, maybe that'll fix it. So, because the problem right now is that whatever happened when it was T-boned, it's clicking and rubbing. So this is normal. Before it was just this loud clicking noise. Found out it was this. So yeah, I think that if I take that off, you can see as it goes on. Maybe you can't see, I don't know. I just want to see how close those edges are right there. And it's just, yeah, these edges right here. Sorry, I got dirty fingernails. Wow. But yeah, so you'll see that's just too close. So we gotta figure out something. The problem is, I mean, it doesn't cover anything in the front anyway. It's super thin. It covers for the side. And sorry, and that's it. So yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that. I don't like it. Don't like it at all. And if I'm wrong, I'll glue it on. So I know some of you guys out there are gonna yell at me for using these. I have a couple of them. This one I use specifically for random multi-use cutting, but these are so for you solder people, you know that you're never supposed to cut after you solder when you're doing electronics. And so this is a cheater tool. That's what I call it. So you can use this tool. So if you did happen to solder and your lead's too long, you can use this tool because it's so fine. I don't know if I can really show it, but it will actually cut those tiny little leads when they're too long. So, and those who don't know solder but like to solder, well, that's something about soldering you might not have known. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Let's see, I think we'll just do it there. Cut that. Alright, see how that goes back on. Alright, I think that might work. Let's see if we just go ahead and see how that has a cover anyway, right? Alright, so let's get this sucker back on there. I might have to put some spacers back there. That's pushed in. You know, I could probably later use this and actually just glue it down, the little side cover. You'll see here. I don't know if you can see that because of the lighting. Yeah, the lighting's horrible. Let's try to help you guys out here. Alright, see that? How it's open right there now? So maybe if I use... Which is fine to be open because the debris will fall out, but maybe not that open because, as you see, it's exposed. Well, you can't see. It's exposed to dirt and stuff will get in there. Even though it's a drifting car, it shouldn't be in dirt. But it's going to be. Oh, something else you know about this tire, or about this car. This is foam, by the way. Yeah, foam held on by pins. It's actually kind of genius. It really is. It didn't save my body. It corrected the body, but it saves the car. It really does. So, gotta admit, for something this small, it's perfect. Something bigger, obviously, no. Yeah, I think I can cut that and clip. But I'm not going to do that right now. And if I do, we'll add it in. Alright, so I'm going to put all the screws in. Be back. Okay, so I didn't put all the screws in yet, but I'd like to run a test before I finish. I did get some of the screws in there. So I'm going to go and put the battery in here. Because I have a weird suspicion that maybe it's not fixed yet. It might be something else. So this is the controller, by the way. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's a horrible controller. Cool. Take the stickers off, put on something different. Like the blue. But don't mind that. But other than that, it's got, yeah, it's horrible. Anyway. Let's, it's your, yeah, power switch. Turn it on here. Well, folks, I was wrong. Did fix it. All right, I'm going to finish putting this in together. All right, all the screws are back in. Smooth, it's supposed to be. And it runs great, so actually it was easier than I thought it would. Just cutting out, literally just removing that. So, if you ever get one of these cars, which you hopefully do, because these things are freaking awesome. I'm definitely doing more videos of them, playing with it. They're fast. So we did speed rate it. It comes out, it says 30. And, you know, I have asked questions before about out of the box RTRs that claim 1 speed and say optimal terrain, optimal gearing, but when they don't offer gearing, there's no options for your gearing to adjust gearing. And buying a new motor, upgrading is not the same as optimizing. That's upgrading. That's you're changing something out. But anyway, this was registered at 22 miles an hour, so it's better than some brands. I can tell you that right now. And I think on a smooth surface, it'll probably go about 25. We did measure it on a kind of a rougher concrete, but still fun. Doesn't matter. I mean, that's really what it is. You have fun. That's really what it's all about. So, and yeah, so keep an eye out. I'll come up with more videos. I'm learning, so I'm new to the YouTube world, and I'm gonna keep progressing. And please tell me if I'm talking too much or something I'm not explaining, not doing something correctly. Just let me know. And I love the criticism. So, all right, peace.